أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وإيمانا وفقها في الدين. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وتجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا رب العالمين. So we'll continue where we stopped in our previous lesson on the issue of what fasting. So today, inshallah, we'll be looking at the conditions of validity of fasting. You know, we discussed the condition of validity of Salah, and here we will be looking at what the conditions of validity of fasting. Right. قال المؤلف رحمه الله: ومن شروط صحة الصوم النية سابقة للفجر سواء كان فرضا أو نفلا، والنية الواحدة كافية في كل صوم يجب تتابعه كصيام رمضان وصيام كفارة الظهار والقتل والنذر الذي أوجبه المكلف على نفسه. So here the Mu'allif is discussing the conditions of validity of fasting. So what does it mean, condition of validity of Salah, of fasting?
Factors that determines whether I'm fasting or not.
Yeah, so these conditions, when they are met, then your fasting is what? Is valid. So if there's a deficiency, or it's not complete, or it's not fulfilled, then the fasting is not valid. Okay. So here he said, وَمِن شُرُوطِ صِحَّةِ الصَّوْمِ النِّيَّةِ سَابِقَةٌ لِلْفَجْرِ. So here, intention before Fajr is what is one of what the condition of what validity, right? So that is intention. So we've already discussed intention expansively, so we don't have to repeat. So if we say intention before Fajr, what does it mean?
During the night, making the intention the night before the day starts for the first Ramadan.
Okay. So if we say now, he said وَالنِّيَّةُ سَابِقَةٌ لِلْفَجْرِ, meaning intention before Fajr. So intention before Fajr, what does it mean?
It means that you have to intend. The night preceding the day of Fajr. The next morning of Fajr. Or maybe before the Fajr clears. So you have to intend and bring that consciousness.
MashaAllah, two different madhab. What do you have to say? The same. So you're on the two madhabs, on whose madhab?
Yeah, I'm with
With Imam? Okay. So, but, okay, may Allah accept it. Now, if we say intention before Fajr, it means, as Imam said, intention at night. If you are not able to intend, one is not able to intend at night, you should make sure that you intend to fast the following day before the second adhan. Right? That's where the intention ends. If one failed to intend at night and also failed to intend when he or she wake up for sahur before the second azan, then the person has to what? Still abstain from food, drink, and also sexual relation, and still make up a day. You got to get it, because here one condition of validity is what? Is missing. You get it? So intention is very important when it comes to what? Fasting. So it's also what? One of the condition of what? Validity of what? Fasting. Okay, so it should be what? It should precede the day. It should be done at night before bedtime or before the second adhan of Fajr. I understand. And he said, سواء كان فرضا أو نفلا. So he said this intention must be what? Must be done before at night or before Fajr, whether you are fasting an obligatory fast or a voluntary fast or sunnah fast. You understand? The intention has to be at night. So here, is this point clear? Okay. There's this issue that when you are fasting voluntarily, you can intend at any time during the day or at any time. Let's say that you woke up in the morning, you did not eat anything or drink anything, right? So, but you've not intended at night or before Fajr that you fast, but it's now 8. Okay, you've not taken anything. So according to some, you can intend. You can what? You can intend to fast voluntarily, then you fast, and then be rewarded according to some, right?
That is when you woke up and the Fajr has entered. That's what you're talking about. You woke up and Fajr has entered.
Mm-hmm.
That is when, that's the case you were talking about.
Yeah, so here, let's say yesterday, last night, you have no intention to fast today. Okay? You slept without any intention. You woke up without any intention, and you did not eat since you prayed Fajr till 8 or 9 a.m. And then you said, okay, since I've not eaten, let me continue to fast. Let me fast. So you intended at that moment that you want to fast sunnah.
Oh, that is possible, eh?
No, we are yet to discuss. We are yet to discuss. Ojam, we are yet to discuss. I'm asking.
Okay.
I understand. Okay, so there are two different opinions on this. That's why I just pause here for us to discuss this. So here, some are saying, because there's a hadith that says, al-mutatawwi' amiru nafsihi, meaning the person fasting voluntarily is a king, or he can decide to fast or not to fast, meaning he can break the fast or continue the fast. That's what the hadith says. And then some are also saying, okay, now there are two different opinions on this. Okay, some are saying, okay, you can intend to fast at any time. If it's voluntary fasting, you can intend to fast at any time, and you don't have to intend at night. You get it? Okay. But according to our madhab, you can't do that. According to our madhab, and according to this first madhab, you can also break the fast at any time without paying out, without making up. And you don't have to you can break the fast, meaning voluntary fast that you've intended at any time. You can break it also at any time, and you will not be obliged to make up a day in place of it. This is the fair according to the first madhab. Is this clear?
No.
Okay. The second madhab, that's our madhab of Maliki. They are saying that no, it's not the case. That's it. That is not true. Whether you are fasting, obligatory fasting, or voluntary fasting, you have to intend at night. You get it? You have to intend at night or before the second azan, before Fajr. Is it clear? That's it. And then when you also break the fast, deliberately or undeliberately, you have to make up a day in place of that. You get it? Yeah. Why? They also, this hadith that said, okay, whoever is fasting voluntarily can break at any time. According to some, this hadith is authentic. According to some, it's not also authentic. But when there's an issue on that, like a hadith is authentic, some are saying it's not authentic, anyone can follow. Like our madhab, we don't consider this, we don't see this as authentic. And some, this madhab, the first madhab, they see it as authentic. So they can use it as an evidence. You get it? Okay. And then they said that, okay, you can't when you break your fast, voluntary fasting. We are talking about what? Voluntary fasting. So this voluntary fasting, when you break it, according to our madhab, when you break it deliberately or undeliberately, right? You just decided to break the fast, right? Or maybe something happened and you broke it. You have to what? Fast a day in place of it. You have to make up a day for this particular fast, even though it's what is voluntary. So they say that the rule is that when before you start something voluntary, it's not obligatory. But immediately you start, it becomes what? It becomes obligatory for you to what? To complete it. So before you start fasting voluntarily, it's not what? It's not obligatory. But immediately you intend to fast and you start fasting, you must what? You must complete it. You get it? Yeah. So here, this condition of what? Intending at night apply what? To both obligatory fasting and what? Voluntary fasting. Do you get it? And then also, of course, this our madhab is based on what? Based on report. Because Aisha, radiallahu anha, and Hafsa, they were once fasting. They fasted one day and then they were gifted, I think, meat or something, and then they broke the fast. Right? They intended to fast. Okay, so they started fasting, and then at a point they received a gift of meat or something like that, and then they ate. They broke the fast, and then the Prophet came and then met them and asked them what happened, and then they narrated to him that they were fasting and then they were gifted meat, and then they broke the fast. So he asked them to what? To fast a day to make up what? That particular day. And this hadith is authentic. You get it? And also there's a hadith that also the Prophet ﷺ came to his family, came to Aisha radiallahu anha. She said, دخل علينا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ذات يوم فقال هل عندكم من شيء؟ قلنا لا. قال فإني إذا صائم. ثم أتانا يوما آخر فقلنا أهدي إلينا حيث. فقال أرنيه لقد أصبحت صائما فأكل. So the Prophet came to them one particular day and then asked them, do they have something for him to eat? And they said no. And he said, okay, then I'm fasting. Right? So people thought that the Prophet was not fasting. Right? So he came to find something to eat. Since he did not get, he intended to fast. Okay, that's how some understood the hadith. And according to the wording, that's what it is. But according to our madhab, they don't understand it that way. They said no. Perhaps the Prophet came to what? To ask for food, maybe to give it to someone, or he was already fasting. So he's saying, even inni sa'imun doesn't mean that he was not fasting because there's no what? There's no food. You get it? So first madhab, they will say this an evidence that you can intend to fast at what? At any time. Do you get it? And this is an authentic hadith. You get it? And then the second day also that he came, there was something. They gifted them something, and then they said to him, Uhdiya ilayna haisun. We were gifted hais. And hais, it's like grounded granite. You know, so something. Huh? Is that a new not that one, Ojam. No. So here, okay. So that's according to the second madhab that you can. You have to, whether it's for obligatory fasting or voluntary, you have to intend at night. Okay, and then even if it's voluntary, when you start, you must complete. When you break it along the way, you have to make up a day. So he's.
So in the voluntary, you don't need to expiate, right? There's no kafara.
Yes. Yes. That's the difference. Here, when you break, let's say fasting voluntarily, and you break deliberately, you have to make up just a day. Why? Because it's a voluntary. But in Ramadan, when you do that, okay, you have to make up a day and also what? A penalty. Yeah.
Sure. How is the penalty?
Yeah, we discuss it. We discuss. That's when we get to kafara. It's then we discuss different types of kafara that we have. Then we proceed. Exactly.
No.
Okay.
Check. I have a question. About Muslims who don't follow one mazhab, can they choose maybe select what is working for them?
I mean, it is you have to follow a madhab. If you are not a scholar who understand the Quran very well and the Sunnah and can deduce, can infer ruling from it, you have to follow a madhab. So you don't follow a madhab, how will you worship Allah?
Pick here.
You don't do that. You don't do that. You have to follow a madhab.
But you can't follow more than one mazhab.
How will you follow more than one madhab? You can't follow all madhabs. You have to follow a madhab. You understand? You have to follow a madhab. And then you can see based on these madhabs, it's not just we are not following scholars blindly. They are based on what they understand. You get it. So if you say okay, you will not follow madhab. So based on what understanding are you worshiping Allah? Whose understanding? Your understanding? You get it. So there are three categories of people. A mujtahid, someone who has reached the level of what? Diligence and inquiry. So meaning he can analyze the texts of the Quran and the Sunnah and be able to deduce ruling from it. This is a mujtahid. So this person don't have to follow any madhab. He use his understanding to worship Allah. You get it? Okay. And we also, the second category, we have muttabi'a. Muttabi'a is someone who understand when the mujtahid make a conclusion, he understand the sources and the rules of what the mujtahid, meaning his sources. How did he arrive at this conclusion? He understand that. Do you get it? So here, this person can also decide to follow a madhab, any madhab of his choice, or decide not to follow because he understand how the mujtahid arrive at what a conclusion. Do you get it? And then the last one is muqallid, someone who don't understand the texts and don't have the capability to deduce or infer any ruling from the texts. So this person must follow a madhab. Do you get it? And then majority of Muslims are fall under the third category. You get it? All right. So he said, وَالنِّيَّةُ الْوَاحِدَةُ كَافِيَةٌ فِي صَوْمِ يَجِبُ تَتَابُعُهُ. And then also one intention suffice for what? For any fasting that you have to do it consecutively. A fasting that you have to do consecutively, one niyyah suffices. Let's say fasting of Ramadan. You have to fast for the whole month, right? So this you fast consecutively. So fasting, intending the first night will suffice for the rest of the night. Understand? Okay. So also the kafara, fasting of kafara, it's also consecutively. You fast 2 months continuously. We will discuss that. You fast 2 months continuously. So with that one too, one intention will suffice. But it's recommended you intend every night. Do you get it? Is it clear?
No.
Okay.
The voluntary fasting, so can you do it consecutively? Then can you do the intention, one intention?
That one is it consecutively? No, that one is consecutive. There's a break there. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you don't fast. So this separate act of worship, this separate act of worship. You get it? I'm coming. All right. So here, and then he said, وَيَجِبُ. He said, وَالنِّيَّةُ الْوَاحِدَةُ كَافِيَةٌ فِي كُلِّ صَوْمٍ يَجِبُ تتابعه كصيام رمضان وكفارة الظهار وقتل والنذر الذي أوجبه المكلف على نفسه. So here it says any fasting that you have to do continuously one intention suffices for the rest of the days. So, example, fasting of Ramadan, you intend for the first night, and then that intention will suffice for the rest of what? The month. So the fasting of kafara, it's also 2 months continuously. So the first day, you intend for the what? For the rest of what the days, it will suffice. Right? So we have different types of what? Different types of what? Kafara. And then we will explain that inshallah. So and then he said, وأما الصيام المسرود واليوم المعين فلا بد من تبييت في كل ليلة. And then he said that also the fasting that you don't have to do consecutively, continuously, you have to fast what? Every night for what? For that particular day. Sure, you have to what? Make intention at night for every what? For every fasting. Is that clear? Okay, so let's say fasting of, let's say you've vowed to fast 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you have to intend for each what? Each all of these days separately at night. And then also you intended to fast on Monday and then also Thursday. So you intend to fast on Monday, you have what? A separate intention for fasting on Monday and also on Thursday, because they are 2 separate days. And then this not kind of continuous fasting. So let's pause here and then continue inshallah in our next lesson. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.